Isaiah 39 verses 1 to 8. Through the Bible with J. Vernon McGee. The transfer of the enemy of Judah from Assyria to Babylon is one of the outstanding features of this section. At this time, Babylon was a struggling city on the banks of the Euphrates, unable to overcome Assyria. However, Babylon was to become the great head of gold in the times of the Gentiles, and that makes this chapter significant. This chapter reveals the great blunder of Hezekiah's life and also his human frailty and weakness. It is after the hour of great spiritual triumph that our worst defeats come. At that time, Merodach-Baladan, the son of Baladan, king of Babylon, sent letters and a present to Hezekiah, for he had heard that he had been sick and was recovered. Isaiah 39 verse 1. Merodach-Baladan is a meaningless king to us, but his name is full of meaning. F.C. Jennings calls our attention to the fact that Merodach means a rebel and Baladan means not the Lord. Behind this king, of course, is Nimrod, the founder of Babylon, and Satan, who is the arch-rebel against God and is the god of this world. These ambassadors brought a letter which flattered Hezekiah. They said, "The king of Babylon has been concerned about you. He heard that you were sick and have recovered, so he sends a gift to rejoice with you." And Hezekiah was glad of them, and shewed them the house of his precious things, the silver and the gold, and the spices, and the precious ointment, and all the house of his armor, and all that was found in his treasures. There was nothing in his house, nor in all his dominion, that Hezekiah shewed them not. Isaiah 39 verse 2. At this time Hezekiah had not lost very many of the riches that David and Solomon had gathered. He made the mistake of showing his silver and gold, for he was immensely wealthy. We are told in 2 Chronicles 32 verses 27 and 28. And Hezekiah had exceeding much riches and honor, and he made himself treasuries for silver, and for gold, and for precious stones, and for spices, and for shields, and for all manner of pleasant jewels, storehouses also for the increase of corn, and wine, and oil, and stalls for all manner of beasts, and coats for flocks. It is interesting how Hezekiah received the embassage from Babylon. They gave him a gift and a get-well card from the king. Instead of taking the letter and opening it before the Lord like he did the letter from the Assyrians, he just put it aside. They had flattered him, and so he gave the visitors the VIP treatment. He took them on a tour of the grounds of Jerusalem. Solomon had cornered the world's gold market, and also he had cornered the market on quite a few other things. All of it was stored away in Jerusalem. Hezekiah foolishly showed this great wealth to his visitors, who went back to their king and told him that when he was strong enough, they knew where he could get all of the gold, silver, and jewels that he would need to carry on warfare. Hezekiah made a big mistake, and Isaiah heard about what he had done. Then came Isaiah the prophet unto King Hezekiah, and said unto him, What said these men? And from whence came they unto thee? And Hezekiah said, They are come from a far country unto me, even from Babylon. Isaiah 39 verse 3. Hezekiah thought it was wonderful, but Isaiah recognized the danger. Then said he, What have they seen in thine house? And Hezekiah answered, All that is in mine house have they seen. There is nothing among my treasures that I have not shewed them. Isaiah 39 verse 4. It was a very foolish thing that Hezekiah had done. Then said Isaiah to Hezekiah, Hear the word of the Lord of hosts. Behold, the days come, that all that is in thine house, and that which thy fathers have laid up in store until this day, shall be carried to Babylon. Nothing shall be left, saith the Lord. And of thy sons that shall issue from thee, which thou shalt beget, shall they take away, and they shall be eunuchs in the palace of the king of Babylon. Isaiah 39 verses 5 to 7. Hezekiah played the fool. He should never have shown his treasures to strangers. Isaiah's prophecy was literally fulfilled. See 2 Kings 24 to 25, Daniel 1. Then said Hezekiah to Isaiah, Good is the word of the Lord which thou hast spoken. He said moreover, For there shall be peace and truth in my days. Isaiah 39 verse 8. Hezekiah's reply to Isaiah is very strange. He said in effect, I am glad this prophecy won't take place in my day. He was grateful that these things would not come to pass in his days. But what about his children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren? It did take place in their day. Hezekiah's life was extended for 15 years. Was it good? It was not good. He lived to play the fool. 3 terrible things took place during those years. This chapter concludes the historic section.